Welcome to the Terri Talks. I'm your host, Terri Brown, and I'll be talking on Tuesdays with real people about real challenges and solutions in real estate investing.
He starts out teaching, matter of fact, I'm going to recreate it just for inflation, a 28-year-old young man that was buying cars, and he would put, $25, $30 a month into term insurance, but pay $250 a month on a car loan. Whereas if you'd put that $250, $300 a month in a properly designed dividend paying whole life policy, that's the product we use, for 2 or 3 years, he'd have had enough money to buy the car himself using his system, right? Because a lot of times when you get, just understanding what's going on, we say if you know what's going on, you know what to do. It's not for rich people. If you got money, it's great. It's really, you just have to have patience. You have to save money. So saving money starts with, you've got to learn to spend less than you make, okay? So I don't care if you work at McDonald's, you could do this. Now, the problem is you got to have the discipline. You got to think long range. See, most people are, if you're stuck in scarcity, this won't work for you. If you're not coachable, it won't work for you, but you don't need a lot of money. I got clients that make $50,000. I got clients that make $500,000. I got people that put $10,000 a year, $5,000 a year. I got people that do $100,000 a year through the strategy, but it's all relative to what you're doing. Like, so I teach people my framework. I'll hit this real quick and then we'll get into it, because who's it for? Is if you're coachable, if you've got a family, if you care about, leaving a legacy, because when I work with people, here are the 4 outcomes that we're trying to achieve, Terri. The first pillar of a strong personal economy is freedom from debt to others. That doesn't mean get out of debt. That means you want to capitalize the system so that if you're going to be in debt, if you owned your own bank, meaning your own pool of money, who should be your own best customer? Your family, your business, right? So that's one. Pillar number 2 is ready cash when you need it. So I want you to be liquid 6 or 12 months. We got to work towards that. My third pillar, and this is where Terri comes in, you've got to develop passive, or what I like to call asset-based income you don't have to work for and you can't outlive, right? And then the fourth pillar, we both believe in this, is a legacy of wealth and the wisdom to go along with that wealth. And I want that wealth to transfer tax-free, okay? So that's the result. That's the end of the movie. That's what I do, okay? Chris, what do you do? I do that. I help you do that, okay? Just for clear. So now here's the framework. Principles drive strategy. So now banking is a strategy. So here is the framework for the banking strategy. So the principles are: spend less than you make. There's 6. Spend less than you make, save 15, 20% of your gross income, maximum protection. So you have to play defense, legacy, guaranteed, 6 to 12 months of liquidity, and focusing on velocity of money. So when you're in Terry's community, y'all are working on velocity, not accumulation, right? So you need a coach for that, okay? But I'm telling you, the accumulation theory will not get you where you think you want to go, all right? So now principles drive strategy. I'm going to talk about one strategy, being the bank. So here's the framework for that. We teach people to do that. You want to earn money, obviously, because I can't steer a parked car. Then you want to bank it. Bank it meaning save it somewhere that allows you to be the bank. All right, I'm talking about that next. You want to borrow against your bank, collateralize it. You want to spend it. What do you spend it on? Major capital purchases. What is that? Anything you can't pay for in full within monthly cash flow, then you don't want to use your cash and liquidate your capital. You want to save your cash and use other people's cash, get what you want, and have your money grow uninterrupted. All right. And then the earn it, bank it, borrow it, spend it, repay it. Oh, the other thing you spend it on is opportunities to make money, right? So down payments for coaching programs, for big, things that make money. Is notes. We have people, buying, we got people do all kinds of stuff with their capital, right? And then you repay it with interest, right? So if you were to, let's say you're a real estate investor and we can get you money from the financial institution, our financial institution, the insurance company at 4%. And what's a hard money lender cost?
They're ranging right now from 11% to some upward, I want to say 13, 14%.
So now here, get this. So if you used it for your own bank, then if you were willing to pay outside capital for 11%, 11%, what should you charge yourself for? Because your bank, air quotes, and your business are two separate things. So you have to treat, you have two businesses. One that gives you a paycheck, and the banking business, you have to run it like a business. We teach our clients to treat it like a franchise, and then you repay it with interest, and then you wash, rinse, and repeat. Strategy drives, notice this is last, tactic. So a strategy is what you do. So it's be, then do, right? And a tactic is what you buy, right? So what do we buy to implement the strategy? Hear me now, properly structured dividend paying whole life, not universal life. Okay, hear me? Okay, that's like you said, using IBC and index universal life in the same sentence is like cursing. If you get around me, I almost want to smack you in the mouth. And they'll smack me back.
Sir, we do not promote violence on the Terri Talk Show.
Don't let
I mean, I am too, but we have been
Right.
delivered. We ain't gonna be
Right.
busting people in the lips. But
I'm
your
not.
point taken.
Point is taken.
Duly noted.
I feel very strongly about that, but because there's a lot of charlatans that teach that, and it's just it doesn't work. And if you email me, I have a mini course. I'll show you how all the insurance works: term, whole life, and universal life.
Yeah, I know it comes from a very good place. So
from a good place.
You
gotta know how it works, because if you have to get with somebody that understands this stuff, right? And because I'll most time I'm cleaning this stuff up. People will call me, they heard something, I'm gonna get whole life, and they call me after I do a workshop. Yeah, I bought whole life, or I have term insurance with my job. Can I do it? No. I have term insurance. Can I turn it over? No. Depends on where it is. It's got to be convertible, and convertible with a good company that you can do it with. And properly structured dividend paying with a mutual company. So that statement, I've just narrowed the field down from, I want to say 1,500 companies, 2,000 companies, down to about 12. 15 that you can do it, have the right riders that like the concept, because there's mutual companies that don't really love the concept, and they penalize their agents. They won't structure it so you get early cash value. That's why I mean by properly structured. And then they really push against you actually using the cash value, even though it's contractual that you can do so. So you've got to be somebody that supports you, where you have community, where you're getting service. We help our clients create amortization schedules. I had a guy this morning call up, get a loan. Sorry, when you get the loan, we've already calculated his payment. He's going to pay off a credit card. I said, look, you're paying this. I want you to pay this back to the insurance company. And then once we clear it up, guess what? That's for him, it was like $600. That's $600 a month of free cash flow that now goes to savings, right? So and before we even teach banking, we teach a system of cash flow control. We call it cash flow mapping, because if your outflow is greater than your inflow, then your upkeep becomes your downfall. So
which is why we're doing that challenge. I'm going to plug that here. We're doing a 3-day challenge, 30K in 30 days, because we do want you to prioritize liquidity. It's important that our cash flow be as high as it can be, and that we have it flowing in order to make certain moves. This is not one of those things you think you're going to be able to put $50 in, and then, you'll be able to do that, but it's going to take you about 25 years, right?
Yo, we could have talked for days, but because we want you to join us next Tuesday for another episode of Terri Talks, that's it for today. Talk soon.